6 o'clock this evening by the operation team on the ground that is led by the Regional Commissioner Rift Valley, and they are working to figure out how we are going to ensure that we address the challenges we face there. But we have a huge multi-agency team on the ground: KDF, National Youth Service, the Kenya Police. We got support from the Red Cross. We have the county government of Nakuru is involved, and the national government team from the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government from the Ministry of Devolution is on the ground. We have supplied enough food. We are providing shelter right now, and then we have moved the affected families to the AIC grounds next to Solai so that we are able to take care of them. We are taking a roll call right now to be sure that we can account for everyone from that village. I think it's fair to prepare the country that the magnitude of the tragedy is huge, and sadly, we will have another update, but I am afraid we may have lost, probably more lives. But we have now a huge team down in the valley that's going through the debris to see how we can account for other bodies that and other people that have not been accounted for so far. What happened is very, very tragic. It's essentially an accident, but we are engaged in investigations to find out, to establish what exactly happened. And then, as I said on the site, we are maintaining an open mind as we investigate this matter to find out whether it could have been avoided. There are actions that we would have taken that we did not take, but at the moment we are dealing with an accident. It looks clearly like an ordinary accident. I mean, a dam overflew, spilled water out, broke its banks, and then they swept families downstream. So we have had incurred losses, huge losses in the process. So we'll be able to give you a more comprehensive report later, talk more in detail about it later, but at the moment there isn't much we can say. Yeah.
Maybe moving forward, what should be done to avoid such scenarios?
Well, my colleague, the Cabinet Secretary for Water, is on the ground right now with a team of engineers, and we have a huge team of engineers from the county government of Nakuru and the national government, and they want to look at all the dams upstream to check the structural integrity of all those dams to be sure that we don't have a recurrence of that situation. Well, when an incident happens, such as this one has happened, it's time for us to review virtually everything and figure out, is there something we ought to have done that we have not done at the moment. It's time for us to look at, the structure of the private dams, because this is a private dam. Chances are that whereas we are taking good care of, what happens with the public dams and so on, we have not taken care of the structure and so on of the private dams, and that's what we are looking at the moment. So it's an opportunity, tragic as it is, for us to look at all that, including the quality of the work that we are doing on some of the dams and stuff like that, and the status, especially in circumstances such as this. So it's not fair to guess or to speculate about what happened. We have a tragedy now. Let us deal with it. And we investigate and look at all aspects of it. Then we come up with proposals about it. We come up with solutions. But the first business right now is to take care of the affected families and to see how we, address the challenge we have in our hands right now.
Are there some of the dams that are expected to burst?
You cannot expect a dam to burst. The truth of the matter is that it's raining all over the country. We are looking at all our structures at the moment, and a lot of that is going on already. As I said, there's a team on the ground that is looking at that. I want to repeat this again. we are dealing with a tragic situation right now. Let us focus on addressing the affected families, solving the problem in Solai, while at the same time we look at drawing lessons from this and looking at what else that we can do. Yeah. Sasa.
This issue of coordination when national disaster, because there are two different actually departments in your ministry that are dealing with coordination when it comes to disaster, and there was a confusion there.
It is not true, by the way. People ask those questions all the time, and every time people ask those questions, they end up exhibiting the gaps they have in their knowledge on what we are trying to do. There is no problem in government in terms of coordinating our response to situations. And better still, I want to confirm to everyone across the country, our engagement and working with the county governments across the country is seamless on issues of disaster. I mean, look at what happened with the county government of Nakuru. We have been conversing and discussing the Solai tragedy since 1 a.m. this morning, and we have been working together. We have assembled all the resources at our disposal. There is no problem at all. There is no confusion, and there is no problem at all in coordinating response to disaster. That is why you have, in a matter of minutes, all the multi-agents teams that are required to be there in place. The KDF is there, Kenya Police is there, the National Youth Service is there, the teams from the National Disaster Response is available, Red Cross has joined the team. That's why you can see our movement. There is no problem at all. We did not lose time. And when people ask this question, I want to kindly request you to have a historical view of this. Look at where we have come from, where we are today. There is a remarkable improvement in the manner in which the Jubilee government has been coordinating our responses to disaster. We are better equipped, better prepared, and then we are ready. There isn't a single part of this country where we have had a problem, where we have not been able to even supply food, provide support, and so on and so forth. And when something happens like this, we are all on duty, and we have started working on this. As I said, we began this work as early as 1 a.m. this morning, and the teams are working all through. There is no problem at all. So, when people talk about this all the time, you don't know whether to laugh or cry, because where is the confusion? Because everyone who's supposed to be in place is in place. The decisions to be made have all been made. And in a matter of hours, we have moved huge resources to a site like that. If there was confusion, you'll be telling me it took us 3 hours to get to the site, or it took us 1 hour to get to the site. In a matter of minutes, the national government, the county government, the KDF, Kenya Police, we were all in place.
The issue of the owner of the dam, have you been able to identify?
No, let's not be speculative. I mean, I know it's always easier to go that direction when we have a crisis such as we do. And this is what I've been urging everyone since morning. Let's not go that direction. Let's not begin now, pointing fingers and looking for things in corners and so on. Let's be frontal. We have an issue right now. We have a tragedy. We are trying to sort out our people. We are really sad that we have lost so many lives in a case like this. Let us address these issues, and everything is going to be investigated. It will be reviewed, and it will be analyzed. And as I said, as government, we will not shark. We will be forthright, and we will present the information that becomes available to us to the public. So let's not go to corners and start talking about the owner and the other person and who would have looked at the dam. We have a crisis right now, and professionals, and we don't want to be speculative about this. The reason why my colleague, the CS for Water, has assembled a huge team of engineers is because we want a professional opinion, we want a professional analysis, we want that to be looked at professionally so that we can make sensible conclusions, so that this can be averted. We don't want a recurrence of this. Because when we all arrived in Nakuru, the entire team of the national government that has been there since 1 a.m. Were also surprised about what happened, because first of all, it didn't look like that kind of tragedy would happen, but we now learned that because it rained heavily upstream from Nyahururu and so on, and there was a lot of storm water which drained down, and the dam broke its banks. Yeah. So let's not be speculative. Let's wait for the professional work to be done and to be concluded. In the meantime, let us focus all our attention on solving the problem. Yeah. Thanks. Asante sana. So I think this is now fine.